then we'll also get started on the crossword here. No point in delaying, eh? We got a special Friday crossword. Should be pretty adequately challenging. I mean, we had to do auto check yesterday, so that was a bit of a L. Big L, really. So let's try and avoid that today. All right. Not be playing Counter-Strike again on stream. That was tragic as was. All right. Pain reliever. I think we might be cooked. Novelist Fanny. Oh, God. I don't know any books. Mexican street corn. Bamboozled, swindled, had. I don't. Fucking millennial ass clue. Site of a counter-reformation council. Man. In 1545. I wasn't there. Speaker of the Lion, blank, your daughter and the Moor are now making the beast with two backs. Code breaking group, the NSA, the CIA. It could be any of the alphabet agencies. It might bring a patient to surgery. Gurney. Step on it. Well, that's too long for a fella like me. Let's get started with some of the other clues. Then maybe we'll revisit that. Fruity beverages. AIDS. Like lemonade. Jobs for body shops. Lipo. Illustrator of the Tammany. Oh, what? Are these things people know? Noted feature of Paris's Parc des Baguettes. I didn't know they had a whole park dedicated to baguettes. Bygone office assistant. A typist. Clippy? Milk source. Goat? Udder? Teat? I thought this would be ED, but synthetic something suede, upholstery material, faux suede. Nah. I don't know. Mesh would be a net. Tell, say to. Probably over. Step on it. Let get put pedal to the metal. Let me just. This is gel, not mesh, like get along. The Mysterious Lady Actress, 1928? Who is this for? Heating pad? Probably. This is something. Bamboozled. Odd? Oh, God. Illustrator of the... Wait. Sweet blind... Sorry, if they're gonna do... if they're gonna do... Oh, this is probably garden. Dense? Rose garden. Oh. I didn't think that would be correct. No. Ilga? that was a shot in the dark. Ast? At sea. Like, I guess they've been pulling out this at sea. I think. Let me collect my thoughts here. I think that the writer of the New York Times crossword has undue influence over modern parlance because they keep pushing new phrases and words. Not new, but words, phrases like at sea. You don't really hear that as much anymore. They are forcing it back into modern parlance, and big at sea holders are profiting in the background. I don't know. I don't know what the best like angle is for this monitor up here because I need to do more direct to camera talking because actually while no one's here wait, let me finish the crossword then I'll do what I was gonna do. Mexican street street corn. Alt, elt, ilt, olts. I don't know. I was like, part of me was like, okay, speaking of your daughter had the Moor, and I'm making the beast with two. I thought that might be like the Minotaur, but that would be Idgo, Imgo, Ilgo, Ipgo. This is. Yeah, okay. I was never gonna get that. Ultra suede? Sure. Hearst? Okay. Stenographer. Sweet. Blind. Spare things. Pin. Like. Sure. Kinda. Oh, I gotta ping the Discord. I forgot about that. Kinda, sorta, maybe. I'm just molding because I'm not doing too hot. Living in live, sure, why not? That's the ping. Okay. Then elliptical areas are elliptical. It's just there's a lot of things that are elliptical. Tandor. Shill. Huck. Promote shamelessly. Charge. Sell. Hot pair. Wire hold. Oh man. Lose all patience. Hit. Get. Fed. Or. Flip. Out on. Yes. I don't know. I don't know why that would have been ions. Charge. Levy. That's okay. Eyes. Flow? Flog? Is that used in that context? I always thought that was like some sort of public shaming. Okay. Oh. Elliptical. Oh my god. Okay. New York Times, you fuck around too much. Leave one's winnings on the table. Let it. Sure, there's a sweet spot, blind spot, wire holders. Dwellings for nomads. Yurts. Very start. Oh, dude, I don't. Let it ride. I've been just not using any of these. I thought let it ride would be more just like you put it all in and then just you let it ride. You see what happens. But I wouldn't use it in a poker context. Ever. Ovaltine. Seed. Okay. I'd do that. This is the Brady household. Nonette. Is there 9 of them? Wire holders. Pylons? Okay. Sure. Professional negotiator. A long time. Ages, eons, aeons. What's the difference between eons and aeons? Aeons? Aeons sounds better. Nostalgic tune. An oldie but a goodie. Oh my god. Uma? Decorous. Kind of floor covering. Tile. Wood. Linoleum. Wax. Polish. Who knows? Settle down. Shipping containers. A crate? No. Domesticated insect entirely dependent on the whatever this is, we gotta stop. Maybe. Material refined to the Hi, dude. Okay. Catch some rays. Okay, I got that part. Dude, what the fuck? Maybe, I don't know. Oh, something moth. Lamp? Wool, cotton? Lint? Garbo? Maybe. I couldn't tell ya. I wasn't fucking there. Kind of floor covering. I don't fucking know. What? This is just not. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, dude, Crosswords is such an old person thing. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. Like some of the ones are a little outside of my wheelhouse, but you know, eventually we get through them. Oh, they said, fuck you, buddy. You're not here. You're not welcome here. No, you're not part of the crew. Jesus. In an awesome way, epic sauce? I genuinely thought that was... Oh, man. I'm unked. I'm too unk for the... to understand what's going on with the youth, and I'm too nephew to understand what the fuck is going on in these crosswords. That's a hard time for the 20-somethings. I mean, you know, the economy and all that too, but mainly because we're approaching unk in one end, but still too nephew for the other end. Obstacles to peace sometimes. Elephant tusks, elephant ears? Probably, I don't know, people... World capital, Accra, Riga, yeah. Long way to go. The scenic route? I don't fucking know. Oh. Vic, what is this? Never mind, this is easier than... Oh my god. Egos? Meh. The woke is trying to destroy your ego. Like a boss? My god. Bro, they said if you're not a millennial and up, fuck you. Oh my god. That's crap. Grew up like the bug? Glee? Oh, that would make sense. Lie. Oh. The Long Way to Go. A Limousine. That. Ah, fuck, I don't know what it'd be. Baylor? Baller? Mailer? Again. Who the fuck uses the mail? Moss. Okay, okay. Silk moth. Okay. Idle rumor. Yeah. Okay. Steel. Okay, I guess. I maybe people happen to know what the Bessemer process is. Has not come up in my life. I gotta go work in the plants. True, true, true. Very real. Arranges, sorts. Pursuit after a breakup. Self. Nope. Nope. I said, fuck that. Lying across. No. Modern identification method. Washington notes. Ones. Focus of a story. I don't know. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, Danny? Let me get chat up on the screen here. Cool. Muscle Man of 1980s TV, Mr. T. Or there was a time in which I knew this. That time is not now. Agent. Yeah, you are. I have no idea what this clue is. This has been a rough crossword today, man. Arc Raiders later? Yeah. I don't know how late I'm working, but I'll definitely play some Arc later. Oh shit. That'll be awesome. Have fun, man. How many miles are you hiking total? Clear one's name. Ed Holmes. From The Office, maybe. Right? Ed Holmes is the guy that played Andy. Help example. Timesheet calculation, wage, hours. Hava. I have no idea what that means. The NS National Security Count. Okay, that would make sense. Soul. So. Oh, solo career. New York Times. Can you just have like one normal one? I have no idea. Erase. Riches. Poser. Help. A plea. Disgusting. Terrible. Terrible. Awful. Just the worst. So, that being said, let's crash out at Scrandle. Oh boy. Oh, right. What I wanted to do for the in-between, I needed to get some thumbnails. What is window capturing this? Okay. I don't know. Okay, there we go. That's all I needed. Just take any of those screenshots and repurpose them for the next long time. All right. I mean, these look better, and I think they'd taste about equal. I can't imagine a world in which people don't pick this. Oh, right, it's the optional one. Okay, Scrandle, man, like, is that the theme of today? We're just going, we don't know anything? That's fine, I guess. I don't know if this is like a 6-year-old's hardest choice. I don't. What are we doing here? This is more. Oh, it's zoomed in. I know this one. This is a time, and this is the fucking onion burger. Air pie. This is box of water. Yeah, that looks really good. I play too much Scrandle. This is chips with currywurst, and this is a very depressing burger. Sausage and beans loaded fried. Okay. Okay, I think this will be some kind of long hot dog, and this will also be some kind of fried long hot dog. Okay. I like how it looks like a comparison. I mean, this is just a fucked up hot dog, and this is probably a fucked up hot dog poking out of some bread. Yeah, nice. And these just look like normal French fries, but I feel like there's going to be something that makes me violently regret picking this. No, those are just. This is a Mars bar, and this is This is something, right? Ooh, this is actually a tough choice. I don't know which one that people would pick. I'd have to go with. I don't know if it would be Mars bar, but okay. Oh my god, yeah. Okay. I mean, this is just. I mean, it's probably chips and gravy, or like in sauce or whatever. Pack of mint arrow. That sounds really good. Jesus. God. All right, Scrandle. You were funny. I'll give it to you. You were a funny guy. All right, all right, all right. Moving on to food guess here. So, okay, this has got to be an ale pie from the United Kingdom or Ireland, right? Steak and ale pie. Probably really good. Ooh. Steamed dumplings. I I want to say China. Yep. Oh no. So far so good. Shit, my first instinct is also orange chicken. Or it could be total red herring. And that there's like a traditional Chinese version of whatever this is supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's orange chicken. But it's so Americanized that they consider it to be a US. Okay, I'm gonna try and go for the galaxy brain. You fucking thought. You fucking thought. Yep. Everyone thought they were so orange chicken. That's Chinese. Can't get your boy. I mean, you can. This is like the first time we've been above average last week. But that being said, okay, what's in here? Hearty soup with leftover bread. That sounds good. Boiling cow feet until tender. That scares me off. I'm sure that would scare others off. I was gonna say it looked good, but I mean, ooh. Well, are these even comparable? Infant spinal tap cradle. Huh? Okay, I thought this. I thought they were talking about something. I don't have a kid. I don't. What is this advertisement? Do I think that the food guesser population is going to be more biased towards a savory dish that looks really good or a sweet dish that looks really good? Okay. Oof. Yeah, I just more color. Ooh. This one here. This has more meat visible, but this is more colorful. Okay, more meat visible is the prevailing. More color, more ingredients visible. Right? Okay, yeah. More color, more ingredients visible. More color, more ingredients visible. It's on the left here. Wow. Okay, that was a steamroll. Okay. What is this? Ox feet? Nope, that's going to scare people off. Yep. You know, Food Guesser might be the only place on the internet where people are actually afraid of feet. Sorry. You know, this one's tough because the rice is fun shape, and the whatever this is too gray. I yeah. Okay. All right. Good scran today. Let's get let's get kind of hard golf going. Bro, I need to shave. Holy. Okay. Little Banksy. That's me. I actually didn't get my name from painting or anything. It's just from kind of hard golf. Okay. Then I need to go up too hard. Okay. Okay. Lessons learned. Not hard enough. Man, that's like exponential scaling. It's got to be in that sweet spot, like here. Oh! Okay, so that was here between this, so we want to be here. What? Oh, I hit the edges. Okay, so it's just a crapshoot. Okay. We might be here a while. And there's not even like an intermediary or hard path I can do because I think out of 100 shots, 99 go in this gap. I don't think I shoot across and land on here, so it's. Oh my god! Come on! Okay. Fine. Skibbity Biden. No, now that's too much muscle. So we just scored a 15? Mods, link me their home address. Okay. Now, yeah, that was. Okay. This is almost unfuck-upable, right? Okay. Whew. Okay. Okay. I cannot put too much mustard on this because if I go back in this trough here, I'm. That's it for a fellow like. Okay. Okay. Now, do I want to try the bounce down? I do. Because it's just not an issue for a fellow like me. And then a slow and then a low rider slow roll. 4 over par. Okay, not great. Not bad. Well, a quadruple bogey's pretty bad. Let's get our time guesser going. Tennessee State Prison. So we're in Georgia. Ooh. Are the state prisons also in the biggest cities? Are they in the capital of their respective states? I mean, we're in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s, probably. Which uh Gatlinburg in mid July. This is purely the Johnny Cash heuristic. Oy. 77. Oh man. Um okay. I mean, oh, I was going to guess German. It is not Germany. This is Denmark, maybe. I'll just guess Copenhagen. Like, that doesn't fucking help me. Because they all look like that. Except Denmark, right? Sweden is blue and yellow. Finland is white and blue. Which one's Norway? Well, I know. Oh shit. This looks like it's darker on the outside, so I'll actually just say Stockholm. Give me 1919. Okay, it was Copenhagen. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have no idea where to put this in India, but let's, I guess, put us kind of central-ish. This is very modern. Yeah. 2008. Oh my gosh. All right. Unionist clubs matching. Oh my god. Marching past City Hall. Which city? Is this the Ocean Accident and Guarantee Company? Boyd's Medical, M&M Cars, Scottish Amicable Life Assistance Society. So, are we in Edinburgh? Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't know when the UK was made the UK. I guess unionist. Oh, like joining. Maybe. I couldn't tell you. Where's City Hall? Might be a total waste of time because we might be nowhere fucking near it. So I'll just guess broadly here. This feels 35. Oh my god. What? Okay, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't it be? We're in 1482-49. Voyagers without bags, maybe. So we're somewhere in France. Is this Gare du Nord? Is it? Hey, maybe. Shit, I'm trying to remember. Was this? What? No, Garden Art has a giant arch. Is this what it looked like when I went there? I can't remember what it looked like. I guess we'll just go. Shoot. Oh my god, why do they have so many things? It's too much. Too many landmarks. Chill. Quality, not quantity, man. No, this is definitely not. I guess it'll be this. And these cars. I don't. Okay. This. Eesh. Alright, bit of a tragic time guesser. Bit tragic. Okay. What else we got? We got Worldle. Please not. Are you just gonna? Sometimes I can secure the knowledge. Let's do World, or we just that was a nice transition. Global. What is happening to my computer? Oh, I have web Photoshop being open probably doesn't help. Spain, Germany, Poland, the Czech Republic. Yep. Oh, I think we're out of RAM. Fuck. I'd like to go from Qatar to Eswatini. Okay. Eswatini borders Mozambique and Qatar, Saudi Arabia. We have to go through Israel, right? Israel. Does? Oh, wait, they might border. No, they don't. Oh, it doesn't even border Saudi Arabia. Jordan. Okay. We can go South Sudan here. Or Ethiopia. No. Sudan. Okay, Ethiopia, Uganda. There's a couple big ones I'm forgetting. I mean, we could always go through the DRC to South Africa. Because... oh, man. Somalia would be like over here. Eswatini is in here. Namibia? Is that? No. This is very wrong. Okay. This chunk of Africa is really not strong area. Zambia? Is that the one? Okay. Where was I meant to go? Tanzania. Okay. Okay. Oh, the Central African maybe. Yeah. What was I thinking? Tanzania. Kenya. That's the country I was forgetting. Okay. I think that does it for the dolls. Yeah. Whatever I'm forgetting, it's just gonna have to be forgotten. Okay. Now, going into politics. I know, right? What the fuck? Politics on my politics stream? This is bullshit. How could you? There's my. I'm just gonna put Ballotro here. I just like essentially, I'm not paying any attention to the Ballotro. I really just need someone to fidget with while we watch this. Yeah, and then can I unpop out chat? Yeah, okay. So apparently he was looking very disheveled in this. Yeah. Thought I heard a dog barking. They knew Hassan was nearby. Welcome back. So what's going on is we're about to start watching this meeting where apparently Trump looked and sounded very disheveled. So, with the Goon Squad in tandem. What's new? Not much since yesterday. I'll do an AP check, but it seems like
even compete, distinguished people, and be hosting.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
What's new in what manner? Like we just finished the daily games.
Very, really distinguished people and leaders. A few leaders can even compete with the people around this table. They're from Central Asia, and it's a magnificent part of the world. It's also a strong part. It's a tough part, and there's nobody tougher or smarter than the people we have gathered tonight. I'd like to thank Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary Rubio.
I could try and do
Secretary Bessent, Special
only
Envoy
with
Steve Witkoff, Ambassador Sergio Gore, going to India very shortly. Congratulations, Sergio.
The tiny Joker.
And Rick Grinnell has always done a fantastic job. Thank you, Rick, very much. And Senators Jim Risch and
Chad.
Steve Daines.
Yeah, that would be
here.
cool.
We have some other people coming in a little while. Very distinguished people. I've just completed a series of outstanding bilateral meetings with these leaders in the Oval Office to discuss our ties with this very important part of the universe. We're strengthening our economic partnerships, improving our security cooperation, and expanding our overall bonds. A tremendous amounts of trade was done just in the last little while. Lots
E70
of
unseated
great
is pretty good.
military products and otherwise are being bought from the United States. We make the best military equipment by far in the world, and they understood it, really have understood it for a while, ever since I've been in office, where we rebuilt completely our military. Yeah. I want to thank all of the leaders for being here and for their dedication to a strong relationship with the USA.
It's another bot.
The nations of Central Asia, known as the C5, sit at the historical and geographic crossroads of the world. These nations were once home to the ancient Silk Road connecting east and west. Great history, tremendous, beautiful history. Today, their location in the heart of Eurasia gives them incredible importance and unbelievable potential. Sadly, previous American presidents neglected this region completely.
is J.D. Vance cracking Charlie's wife? I would hesitate to say yes, but in the same breath, I'd very much hesitate to say no. Because, man, that hug is wild. And his hand on her hip, that's a lot. And then her going up and saying, no one can replace my husband, but I see a lot of the same qualities in JD. And JD Vance is having a public fight with his wife right now over her religion because the groypers are annoying him. All the cards are in place for it to happen. But again, that's an extraordinary claim, and you need to see extraordinary proof. That being said, I don't think it's the most unlikely thing.
It's an unbelievable region, and by the way, it happens to be an extremely wealthy region, too. But we are fixing that mistake, and I'm committed to making America's partnership with each of these countries stronger than ever before. And I've had a relationship long before this. We've had a great relationship with some of the leaders sitting at the table, and I understand the importance of this region. One of the most important regions. A lot of people don't know that or didn't know that. One of the key items on our agenda is critical minerals. In recent weeks, my administration...
I like how he framed shit that he thought until like a month ago as everyone thought this. It's like...
Administration has strengthened American economic security by forging agreements with
we just
allies
score.
and friends across the world to
restart
broaden our critical mineral supply chains. We had a great relationship and a great meeting with President Xi of China. And we went also, as you know, our new and fantastic Prime Minister of Japan. Take a look. What we've done is pretty amazing. We were with the President of South Korea. We went to Malaysia and lots of other places and had a lot of meetings while in South Korea. And I think it was a tremendous period of time. We took in at least $2 trillion pouring into our country. There's never
9K channel points? Holy shit. Yeah, I need to give you some sort of your reward for that. Oh. Yeah, fuck it. We immolate every single time.
Never been anything like it. We have almost $18 trillion of investment. And by the time we finish out our first year, we probably will have about 20 or 21 trillion, with a T, trillion dollars of investment. And
high card, no Baron run. Okay. I'd cooked up this run in a dream. I have to get 2 negative Wii Jokers, a bunch of negative Hanging Chads, and we just 2 max.
There's never been anything like that in the history of the world, not just the United States. This is really the world we're talking about, nor has anything been close. It's a great honor. I've had a very talented team next to me, but it's a great honor to have that kind of economic power.
Again, we looked at foreign direct investment yesterday. It's like it's a couple billion. It's far, far down from Joe Biden. Biden had more foreign direct investment than Trump has had, like by a significant margin. It's like 300 billion to 100 billion, I think, is the number.
This was helped greatly by tariffs. It was helped greatly by November 5th, which was the election, presidential election. But our countries and the countries that we're dealing with, they're promoting security, stability, and everything else that you can imagine for the entire world. 3 months ago, my administration also brokered a historic peace agreement between nearby Armenia and...
So, yes, it's too volatile. People don't want to put their money in volatile situations. High risk, what's the high reward? What you were doing before? It's not even like there's no reward. You still lose. And you spend all this money And then the next president comes in and is like, yeah, we're going to start undoing all of that. Sorry about that, guys. Like, you gain nothing. So I think they're just doing lip service, or just say, oh, we're getting bogged down in internal meetings, yada, yada, yada. And then the investment will never actually come.
Azerbaijan, one of the 8 wars that we ended in 8 months. At that time, 8 months, we're looking to end one more, if that's possible. Russia and Ukraine. We haven't gotten there yet, but I think we've made a lot of progress. As I said at the time, that historic accord includes the construction of the new Trump route. It's such a beautiful thing. They named it after me. I really appreciate it. It's actually a big deal. But it's the new Trump route for international peace. This is a road that's being carved and goes through some of the most important places anywhere in the world, some of the most important places economically also anywhere in the world, which will boost commercial activity on the other side of the Caspian Sea, helping nations throughout Central Asia. I'm optimistic that each of the countries here today will reap the benefits of peace if they embrace the opportunity that we've unleashed with the agreement. Some of the countries we're talking about and some of the countries represented here are going to be joining the Abraham Accords. The Abraham Accord, and that those announcements will be made over the next little while. The Abraham Accords.
I swear to God, if they name the actual Silk Road into the Trump route for peace, that's just whatever. I don't care anymore. People just are going to appease him until he's gone.
Very sought after right now. We're going to be announcing some very important countries.
But he'll soak up every single bit of it.
And for Steve Witkoff. We appreciate the great job you've done this evening. I'm also delighted to report that Kazakhstan has officially agreed.
Where? I love Central Asia. It's such an important territory. Have you heard of these countries? Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan? This guy knows nothing. There's something you haven't heard. Kazakhstan. Like, oh my God, that's the second one. That's crazy.
Now, as of about 15 minutes ago, a tremendous.
Oh, but Biden also made mistakes. Yeah, Joe Biden wasn't claiming to have solved all the wars in the fucking Central Asia and be like this hand-on negotiator heavily involved in ending these conflicts. Like, Trump put so much stake in his involvement with these countries and ending their conflicts, and I guarantee you he couldn't point to them on a map, and he can't even say their names. Like, there's a difference there.
Country with a tremendous leader has officially joined the Abraham Accords, and I just want to thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor. It's a tremendous honor to have you. Really great. Once again, I'm grateful that each of these respected leaders has made the trip to Washington, and I'm delighted to continue our conversation over dinner. We're going to have a little working dinner, short one. They've been flying a long way. It's a long flight, but we're going to have a
lucky aces.
Quick but very fruitful dinner. I want to thank the media. You've covered it very fairly, and it's really a great honor to be with these incredible leaders. These are highly respected.
Yeah. True. Yeah. I don't know. You get a lot less unhinged stuff when you're in Just Chatting, but
people, and there's no games. They don't play games. I want to tell you that.
We are now in the politics
maybe I'd like
section.
to ask you, Mr. President, to say a few words if you'd like, and we can go through the list of the 5, and then we'll have a little dinner, please.
Woo.
Mr. President, first of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude.
Okay, so since we have Hiker, we don't want to be adding new cards. We kind of just want to be copying. That being said, a red seal early would go crazy. On a 2. That's not the run we're doing.
For convening this truly historic meeting at the White House. And under your steadfast leadership, this summit marks the beginning of a new era of interaction between the United States and Central Asia. Precisely 1 year ago, you achieved a landslide victory in historic election which was absolutely clean and fair. And,
Okay.
once again, my congratulations.
Thank you.
And, I strongly believe
sure.
that, Mr. President, you are the great leader, statesman, sent by heaven to bring
Huh? Don't be glazing me, Zoran. Not here.
statesman sent by heaven to bring common sense and traditions that we all share.
Okay, can you lay it on any thicker? Now, first of all, Trump's going to fully buy this. I'm calling it now. There's not going to be a shred of Trump that's like, maybe this guy's laying it on a little thick to get more favorable terms or whatever. He's like, yeah, maybe I am. Maybe I wasn't by heaven.
And value back into the United States policy, either domestic or foreign. Therefore, millions of people in so many countries are so grateful to you. And I'm convinced that your wise and bold policy needs to be strongly supported worldwide.
Thank you.
Under your presidency, America is ushering in a new golden age. I commend your far-sighted vision of making America great again. This inspires me to pursue target-oriented strategy towards building just and strong Kazakhstan
Oh my God.
on the basis of my concept, law and order. As President of Peace, you, Mr. Trump,
This is like, if there's like a handout they're giving to these leaders, like, here's every point you have to hit in order to get favor with Trump. This is insane.
brought to an end 8 wars just within 8 months. Thus, you have evidently reinforced America, its role as a pillar of international stability. Mr. President, I highly appreciate your unwavering support to advancing Kazakh-American multifaceted cooperation. As early as in your first term in the White House, our relations have been legally fixed as enhanced strategic partnership. The United States is the largest investor with over $100 billion in our economy as its perpetuum mobile. Our trade turnover has doubled in recent years and is approaching $5 billion. We cover almost 25% of America's domestic uranium demand. Kazakhstan has become a home country for 600 American companies. So I think that
Oh, damn.
it's a very good figure. And during my visit alone, our businesses are concluding deals worth over $17 billion, paving the way for even greater B2B partnership. So my political will to seize all those unique opportunities, and this will is firm, is irreversible, and I will keep all important issues under my personal attention. I have no doubts that we have very bright future as it comes to our bilateral cooperation. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. President. Great job, too. Thank you very much. Please.
We'll let the glaze continue.
Esteemed Mr. Trump, we highly value your personal contribution to reboot process of C5+1. Before that, none of the presidents of United States of America never treated Central Asia as you do. Me personally and all my colleagues are grateful to you. We've felt your close attention, your attitude, and it means a lot for us. Thank you very much for that. In reality, indeed, I'd like to repeat myself. I've told you that already. In Uzbekistan, we call you the president of the world. You've done a lot. You were able to stop 8 wars.
Holy
and I'm sure that
fucking
I'm
blaze.
convinced that the war between
Jesus.
Russia and Ukraine can be only stopped by you. And we are very much hopeful for that. Today's summit shows that the United States of America
this is some
foresees Central Asia
crazy.
as key partner. Together, we
Crazy glazing.
develop future which is based on
Yeah,
trust
I'm
and
surprised.
pursuance
Holy
to creation. I have a number of proposals. We would like to establish a permanent secretariat and place it based on rotations in different countries of Central Asia. Number 2, to establish a coordination council on investments and trade, and to provide for the systemic dialogue between public authorities
Hold on. You were just in the middle of saying such nice things, and then you had to start talking about policy.
and companies. We think that the idea to establish a Central Asian investment partnership would be a good idea. So we were able to agree on that in 2020. We are ready to continuously work with the U.S. on establishing communicational and energy projects, transportation to link Central Asia and Europe, applying and using Trump route. 3-year plan has been established,
Let's go.
as I told you already,
Instant
to
we.
implement our investment program for $34 billion. Those are large projects, and we've discussed it with you already, both in New York and today I've mentioned it to you. So we have strong perspective. Once again, I would like to express my deepest gratitude for all that has been already done. And we will take back a lot of results from this summit. It is a landmarking summit, and your attitude towards all of us means your great support to us to strengthen
We
Central
lucky
Asia
cat
and
might go
to strengthen
crazy.
the partnership between Central Asia and the U.S. C5+1 have to become efficient mechanism of our practical partnership, and I propose to host our next summit in 2026 in Samarkand to establish this further. I'm pretty sure that, I'm convinced, Mr. Trump, that under your leadership, it will be a strong partnership. Thank you very much for your attention, and we will be well prepared for the summit in Samarkand.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President. Please.
Huh? Wait, what's that?
Yeah.
Attention, and we will be well prepared for the summit in Samarkand.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. President.
Was that a... I thought that was a woman speak.
Please.
Wait.
President Donald Trump, I thank you very much for invitation to participate in today's very important high-level commemorative meeting in the format of C5+1,
No.
the Central Asian and the United
Okay, whatever.
States. You play a remarkable and highly
This is a
commendable
rough
role in
camera
ensuring
angle.
peace and stability
Okay,
in
I-
conflict regions around the world, and your peaceful efforts are worthy of praise, and I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you, Mr. President. And today our collaboration, our wide-ranging bilateral cooperation
Oh, it's a
covers
translator.
different
I'm
areas,
stupid.
trade, economy, security. As it comes to our security cooperation, we particularly
My bad.
have an excellent cooperation on counterterrorism, fighting extremism, and the drug trafficking. Mr. President, over 70 companies with American investment are operating in Tajikistan today, and 93% of my country is mountainous, and we have an abundance of natural resources, particularly water, hydropower.
Okay, is it they're like they're trying to sell themselves to him. It's crazy.
Critical minerals and rare earth materials. Tajikistan is a home for 13,000 glaciers, and approximately 60% of Central Asian water resources originate in Tajikistan, and our country is rich in strategically important minerals, including rare earth minerals and critical materials. Tajikistan is a member of both the European Union's Critical Raw Materials Club and the United States Minerals Security Partnership Instrument. And according to the United States Geological Survey, our country ranks the second in the world in terms of antimony production, and is currently the largest producer of metallic antimony, which is the United States so deeply interested in, and we have a brilliant cooperation on this. And last year, antimony accounted for 97% of Tajikistan total exports to the United States. In 2024...
Okay. Oh, shit. Do I cryptid one of these twos? Oh, but a deja vu would be so good. Yeah, I feel like deja vu.
Tajikistan produced and exported 17,000 tons of metallic antimony, primarily to the United States. And the activities of ANZOB, joint venture and ANZOB metallurgical company in Tajikistan, with American investment by Comsap, American company, exemplify our strong and long-enduring collaboration. However, there are still many opportunities in terms of trade and investment, and we are interested in expanding economic and trade cooperation between our countries. So there is a good opportunity to cooperate in creating new generation of sustainable artificial intelligence data centers. And since we have a brilliant cooperation between our air companies, and since 2008, Tajikistan's Somon Air company had purchased 8 mid-sized Boeing aircraft with a total volume of $440 million US. And this company is expected to receive 2 more modern Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft next year, and the total commercial package of Boeing with the Somon Air exceeds $3 billion US. And American companies. So we have excellent cooperation with American companies over the last 20 years, and the American companies, they're particularly interested in antimony and many rare earth minerals, which Tajikistan has abundant resources, and Tajikistan, among the Central Asian countries, has a very rich, boundless potential and resources in critical minerals, and we are very keen to continue closely our cooperation on security items, which we are so concerned for so far. And I wish you every bit of luck and to your endeavors as a president of peace.
Please.
Is this the whole thing? It's just the glaze sesh.
Mass media representatives, for me, it's a great pleasure for me to hold a bilateral meeting with President, His Excellency Donald Trump, and to participate in the C5+. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to President Donald Trump for his kind invitation and warm hospitality and this opportunity to speak about important topics. Kyrgyzstan values the United States of America is one of the important partners in foreign policy. During our bilateral meeting, we discussed some actual topics of the Kyrgyz-U.S. relations, as well as the strengthening cooperation between the Central Asian countries. With regard to Kyrgyz-American relations, I would like to emphasize 4 main areas: economy and investment, including tourism, hydropower development, digital economy, artificial intelligence.
My deep
Question much. You never know.
Digital technology. In your view, which area of this partnership matters?
Okay, let's go to the questions.
Has been made.
I do appreciate, Mr. President, for your warm hospitality. I do appreciate.
Thank you very much, and thank everybody. We'll have a little more to discuss, but a lot of progress has been made today, and it's a great honor to have you with us in the United States of America. Thank you. And to the media, maybe a couple of questions, ideally on this topic, please. Please.
Kazakhstan and the US have signed over $17 billion in new deals in aviation, minerals, and digital technology. In your view, which area of this partnership matters most? And second question, President Trump, when can we report that you will be the first US president to visit Kazakhstan? When will you be our guest?
I think it's very possible that we'll do that. And I think all of those are very important.
Shit, I don't want to go to
Kazakhstan. You never know from year to year. One becomes more important than the other, but they're all important. And your country has great natural resources and a great president. Very great president.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, please.
I don't know why I refreshed that.
Vanik amendments. We are just expecting.
What? Say it again.
Jackson Vanik amendment.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Look, Jackson Vanik is overdue to be repealed with the help of the president, with working with the president. We are going to get that repealed in the very near future. Thank you, Mr.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes,
Is this some kind of sanction?
On this topic, Kazakhstan already has diplomatic relations with Israel. Can you talk about the significance of this agreement in terms of what it would signal to the region as Gaza moves toward rebuilding? And on the shutdown, there's been discussion about potentially a deal, but it would involve rehiring the federal workers who were laid off. What's your opinion of that?
Well, we're going to see about the shutdown. Look, the shutdown is caused by the Democrats, and we're not going to spend $1 trillion or $1.5 trillion on health care for people that came into our country illegally, many of them from prisons and many of them drug
because if
dealers.
you agree to all the Democrats' demands, you won't, because that's not what the demands are. It's literally just tax credits and funding for hospitals in underserved areas. That's it. Oh, and the key part is that it closes a loophole that would allow the president from blocking the dispersal of federally allotted funds. The power of the purse lies with Congress, not the president.
And murderers, 11,888 murderers. We're not doing that, so we'll see about that. We shouldn't, they should have, as they've done always in the past, it should have just been extended. It could have been extended very easily.
Ooh.
And it should have been, yes, please.
Look at that.
Significant, sir? Given that they already have diplomatic relations with Israel, what this agreement is supposed to signal?
You want to answer that, please?
Yeah, so I think the diplomatic significance is that it gives great momentum to the Abraham Accords. And to recap for those those who are listening who don't appreciate, the Abraham Accords, of course, is the historic agreement struck by the president in the first term to rebuild the alliance structure and the relationships between Israel and a number of the majority Muslim countries in that region of the world. What the president has done is actually signaled that the momentum of the Abraham Accords is alive and well in the second administration. I think it's not just going to be Kazakhstan, but also a number of other countries that join in the months to come. So it's a great signal, a great act of friendship, and a great sign that the Abraham Accords is alive and well.
Marco?
I think that's the wrong way to analyze it.
Marco?
I think that's the wrong way to analyze it. There's a lot of countries that have diplomatic relations with one another. The Abraham Accords is a partnership.
Uh-oh. No, the girls are fighting.
There's a lot of countries.
Marco?
I think that's the wrong way to analyze it. There's a lot of countries that have diplomatic
No,
relations
Marco
with one
and
another. The Abraham
JD.
Accords is a partnership.
It's an enhanced relationship beyond just diplomatic relations and having embassies in each other's capitals. It is, and it's not just with Israel, it's with all the other countries that are part of the accord. You're now creating a partnership that brings special and unique.
There's no way we're getting a glimpse of what the Republican primary is going to look like right here at this table. His right-hand man and his left-hand man. Ooh.
Economic development on all sorts of issues that they can work on together. So that's really the benefit of it, and the strength of it is to have majority Muslim countries, the Jewish state, able to partner on things to show the world that it is possible.
Essentially, we've really expanded the Abraham Accords, and one of the reasons is we are right now in negotiations or talks with many countries that really wanted to come in, but they couldn't because of the status of Iran. When Iran had a possibility of nuclear weapons, which they do not have now, when Iran was the bully of the Middle East, let's call it.
I want to maybe
East, which it isn't anymore.
If a country gets nuked, is he still going to be? Is he going to say, "My bad," or is he going to say, "Must not have been Iranian"?
I understand that now that Iran has been very much decimated in terms of their nuclear and in terms of their regular, because of the actions we took with those beautiful B-2 bombers and other things. People really want to come in, and so we are in very active discussions with the more traditional potential members of the Abraham Accords. The four originals are phenomenal, and they're doing really well. They're making a lot of money with trade and other things being in the Abraham Accords, and we're expanding it a little bit. When a few of these countries come in, that's a great expansion, and these are very substantial countries. So we consider that a great honor. It was brought to our attention that they wanted to do that, and we think that's great. So it's really an expansion of the Abraham Accords. Okay?
Hi, Mr.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for your time, sir, on these important issues. I wanted to hear if you have an update on the Russian oil sanctions. We're seeing reports that the exports are way down. So how do you think that could affect the war in Ukraine, the United States' interests, and your partners here tonight, too?
Well, I can say that the exports from Russia are way down. We just like to see an end to the war. We'd love to see an end to that war. So many people are being killed. A lot of Russian soldiers are being killed. So we think at some point they're going to get very smart and they're going to do that. So, yeah, Russian exports are substantial.
This is the thing that he can't grasp, is that Putin and some Russians are ideologically motivated. It's worth more for them to die to reclaim whatever part of Russia, or, Jesus, part of Ukraine. It's like, and for Ukrainians, it's worth more to them to defend their homeland than to make peace. Like, there's things worth fighting for. Like, if they showed up at the beaches of California, Georgia, or whatever, I'd want to like defend that. This is our country. It's just we haven't been invaded, despite what conservatives will tell you. So like, it's a tough thing to like put yourself in those shoes, I guess.
Actually down.
What is your Trump doctrine on foreign policy, is in particular related to South and Central Asia and China?
Well, look, we had a tremendous meeting, as you know, with President Xi in China, and my doctrine would be denuclearization, because we have enough nuclear. We're number one, Russia's number two, China's number three. Way behind, but they'll be even in 4 or 5 years. They're, working overtime on nuclear weapons. I think that denuclearization would be a great thing. We could blow up the world 150 times. There's no need for this. So I really think we're going to have, I've spoken to President Putin about it. I've spoken to President Xi about it. And everybody would like to spend all of that money on other things, people that really, things that can benefit
new
people
weapons.
now.
No, denuclearization is a good thing. If this works, that's something I'll very much support.
So I think something like that could happen, the denuclearization. It's really, I want peace through strength, but we want peace all over the world, and we're very close to getting it. We had a lot of wars raging that people didn't know about. Now they're not raging anymore. We have one left, and we're going to hopefully get that taken care of. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Do you have an update on how soon that international stability force may be on the ground in Gaza?
Very soon.
Oh,
It's
shit,
going to be very
forgot
soon.
about
And
that.
Gaza's working out very well. and you haven't been hearing too much about problems. And I'll
there's a pause in the ceasefire every day, and they moved on to Lebanon.
tell you, we've had countries that have volunteered. If there's a problem with Hamas, as an example, or a problem with anything, but they volunteered to, on a single basis, go in and take care of it. We have very powerful countries in this coalition, and it's not, this is because I've heard some of the press saying, well, it's a very tentative, it's not tentative. This is a very strong peace. This is peace in the Middle East. Hamas is a very small part of it, very, very small part. And if they don't do as they said, if they don't behave, then they've got themselves a big problem, a really big problem like they've never had. But so far, it seems to be working out very well. But that's a very small part of what we're talking about. That's a part of Gaza. You're going to have I think we can say, Marco, we have a very strong peace. This is a strong peace. We have many countries involved in the Middle East. Essentially, these countries are all involved. They want to see peace in the Middle East. And Marco, what would you say about that?
No, I think that's right, Mr. President, and you deserve a tremendous amount of credit for making that possible. And now I think the only reason why it's going to continue to happen is because of the President's role in this. So there's work being done at the United Nations now to come up with a resolution that creates the framework internationally so that these countries who are all volunteering, as you know, Mr. President, to be a part of the stabilization force can come aboard. But they need this...
Sorry. Okay, I just got a YouTube recommended. Trump just ended his presidency on live TV. What the fuck? What is this notification that I just received? Oh, it's okay. It's this clip. Okay.
UN mandate in order to be able to do it, and we've made a lot of progress over the last few days. And Jared Kushner and Steve Woodcock have been working very hard on that, and today was a good day on that front.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, please. Fox.
Will you discuss the Abraham Accords when you meet with the president of Syria?
Well, we're going to meet, and I think he's doing a very good job. It's a tough neighborhood, and he's a tough guy. But I got along with him very well, and a lot of progress has been made with Syria. That's a tough one, but a lot of progress has been made. We took the sanctions off at the request of Turkey, at the request of actually Israel, at the request of a few different countries, and we took the sanctions off to give them a chance. And frankly, Iran has been asking if the sanctions could be lifted. Iran has got very heavy U.S. sanctions, and it makes it really hard for them to do what they'd like to be able to do. And I'm open to hearing that, and we'll see what happens, but I would be open to it. But we did take the sanctions off Syria in order to give them a fighting shot, and I think so far they're doing a very good job so
probably more to that story.
Fox?
Thank you, Mr. President. A federal judge said tonight that the administration has to fully fund SNAP. It's the latest in the back and forth, and the Justice Department said they're going to appeal it. What's your message to folks as they work this out in the courts and in Congress as we're heading into
I don't know if this... Are you ready for what his message is?
Thanksgiving?
You want to go with it?
Yeah, look, Jackie, it's an absurd ruling because you have a federal judge effectively telling us what we have to do in the midst of a Democrat government shutdown.
Yeah. It's almost like they interpret the law that you have to enforce.
Which, what we'd like to do is for the Democrats to open up the government. Of course, then we can fund SNAP, and we can also do a lot of other good things for the American people. But in the midst of a shutdown, we can't have a federal court telling the president how he has to triage the situation. We're trying to keep as much turned on. We're trying to keep as much going as possible. The president and the entire administration are working on that, but we're not going to do it under the orders of a...
They don't give a fuck about you. Holy shit.
A federal judge. We're going to do it according to what we think we have to do to comply.
Oh, sorry. What we think we have to do. What we think we have to do. Oh, sorry. The judge told you what the law is. But you're going to go as, this is what I think I have to do.
Comply with the law, of course, but also to actually make the government work for people in the midst of the Democrat government shutdown. If they would like to end this, we would welcome working with them to end this government shutdown.
Gross.
And then we wouldn't have to triage what we're going to fund and what we're not going to fund. And the last thing that I'll say is the American people are unfortunately about to start suffering some very real consequences because of the shutdown. In the past, when you had a government shutdown, you would have, under the Obama administration, they would lean into all of the problems it was going to cause for the American people at the beginning of the shutdown. The president has told us to keep as much going as humanly possible, but after 30 days of this thing, 40 days of this thing, you're going to start seeing very real travel delays. That's because the Democrat government shut down. You're going to start seeing SNAP benefits run out. That's because the Democrat government shut down. They should stop this charade and open up the government. That's what we want them to do. We've been asking them to do it for 40 days. It's time.
And one other thing, our country has to remain very liquid because problems, catastrophes, wars, could be anything. We have to remain liquid. We can't give everything away.
You planning something?
A number. Here's an example. When I was president, the number that you're talking about was a tiny fraction of what it is now. Biden went totally crazy, gave it to anybody that would ask, gave it to people that were able-bodied, had no problem.
Oh, there's Barron.
Anybody that would ask, we get the number. And it's many times the number of people are on. That wasn't
because of COVID, man. It's so fucking simple.
Meant for that. It was meant for people that had real problems. In many cases, people that were down and out, people that could be saved. It wasn't meant for people that could do whatever they want. The people that say, well, I don't think I'll work. I'll just, collect this money.
It's a myth.
Take a look at the number of what it was during my administration and what it was during the Biden administration. It went up many, many times my first term. One other thing, a number came out today that was amazing. Walmart. I trust Walmart. Arkansas, great place, Arkansas. Great company, Walmart.
Do you see the community?
They announced today, after many years, they do this every year for many years, that Thanksgiving for the United States of America under Donald Trump as president is 25% less for Thanksgiving meal.
Okay. So apparently this got community noted. And the new Walmart Thanksgiving meal is all value brand, includes a bunch of far less items. Shoot, wasn't there a tweet about this? What does ABC Go? The affordability issue is dead. Oh my god. Told GMA it was lowering the cost of items making up its Thanksgiving meal promotion. First said the price reduction was part of a push from the retailer to provide value to customers looking for lower prices. So, okay, here's what government data. So, okay, the reason that it's a lower price is that there's 6 less items, and it's all or a higher amount of value brand or best value stuff. It's lower quality and less of it. That's the only way to make it cheaper. Because we're in the middle of an affordability crisis, and even the Walmart CEO is like, okay, fine, we're going to focus on affordability over quality this year. But that doesn't register with him because he's a willing idiot.
With all the trimmings than it was under Sleepy Joe Biden's administration.
Not with all the trimmings.
So
that's the point.
We talk about affordability. I think that's the best chart. That's better than a poll. That's better than anything I can think of.
It's not.
So Walmart, which everybody trusts, and I trust, and everybody trusts Walmart, they're not looking to do anything except give the numbers. And they have for many years. They talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of living through Thanksgiving and enjoying Thanksgiving. For Joe Biden, it was 25% more than it is for me at a later time. Our energy costs are way down. Our groceries are way down. Everything is way down. And the press doesn't report it. The press reports whatever the con people say. You know, I call the Democrats con men and women. They make up numbers. But when you look at 25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between Biden and me, meaning this administration, that's a tremendous number. That's a tremendous. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do. That they do a synopsis of.
Because they couldn't do it's not like the CPI where it's a basket of items. They've had to reduce the number of items and the quality of the items in the basket because people can't afford shit anymore.
Everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals. 25% down. So I don't want to hear about the affordability because right now we're much less.
I don't want to hear about affordability because of some numbers that I wildly misinterpreted. Because Walmart readjusted how they are putting together this holiday meal deal because shit is so expensive. I don't want to hear about affordability anymore. Man, fuck off. You just lost like every election a couple days ago. Mostly on the affordability crisis. The health of democracy and the economy are the number one issues for Americans. And you got slaughtered on that. And you're saying, but these numbers, they're all bullshit or you're misinterpreting them. The CPI is up. Inflation is up. People's real wages are struggling. And you just say, I ignore that. Actually, prices are up. This is beating the point where you can no longer square the false reality that you're pushing on people with what people are actually experiencing.
You look at energy, we're getting close to $2 a gallon gasoline. With Biden, it was $4.50, $5. Another thing, inflation. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. Now we have virtually no inflation at all. It's down at a very low number and a very normal number. So the affordability is much better with the Republicans. The only problem is the Republicans don't talk about it. And Republicans should start talking about it and use their head.
If Republicans start saying and trying to convince people that things are more affordable, they will lose because things are not affordable. They don't want to have to bring that issue up. That's a loser for them because people are like, hey, we voted in a Republican. He was talking about affordability and shit's still more expensive. It's this is the face of a man who's trying to square his false reality of whatever the fuck's going on up here with what people are saying and what is actually being experienced by everybody else.
Because we have great numbers. We have great, and they're going to only get better. When all these jobs open up, all these factories open up that are being built all over our country. We are building auto plants. We're building AI plants. We're leading in AI over China and everybody else. When all of these plants start opening, we're going to have a revolution, a positive revolution, economic revolution like never before. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Holy shit.
Thank you.
Brutal. Not good. He's dangerously out of touch. And we're getting closer and closer to the breaking point. I thought after the elections it would actually change because I put out a couple of videos yesterday talking about how, now he's reckoning with the idea that, okay, this blame for the shutdown is falling on Republicans instead of Democrats. As much as I try and talk that reality into existence, that's not the case. I thought that was going to force him to kind of wake up a little bit to other issues. No chance. I can't believe I almost gave him, it's not credit because it's below the bare minimum by far, but that moment of grace to be like, maybe he'll actually use it. He's starting to reflect. No. He's going to try and gaslight people into thinking that the prices they're paying is somehow less, even though everybody knows they're more. They voted because they're more. The Republicans lost everything last week because it was more. You can't tell people the sky is purple. Actually, there's 29% of Americans, according to one poll, think that prices are down. So outside of the diehard MAGA base, you cannot tell people the sky is purple. Holy shit.
Mr. President.
Yeah, more. I want to watch this Marjorie Taylor Greene thing.
My lead source tonight is a Republican who has been calling for her own party to do more when it comes to bringing down prices. Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is here with me on Capitol Hill tonight, and thank you so much for being here. Can I first get your take on the federal judge's ruling saying that they've got to fund all of SNAP for these 42 million people who need it so desperately, obviously. Do you think that the ruling is absurd?
Well, I think it's the role of Congress, the House and the Senate, to fund the government. And I don't like the idea. I agree with the Vice President. I don't like the idea of judges taking over our role. However, to follow that up, I am absolutely appalled and disgusted at this standstill between Democrats and Republicans in the Senate. Caitlin, I voted to fund the government on September 18th. We passed the CR out of the House. And here it is today, November 6th, and this is still going on. And so it's true that the Democrats can fund the government, fund SNAP, and all of the programs at any time by voting for the same CR that they have voted for over and over. But at the same time, Republicans can use the nuclear option just like they did to get through the president's nominees. And they can go through the filibuster, and they can also fund the government.
Wait, okay. Damn it. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't know what I expected. I was very tentatively like, maybe she's starting to come around, maybe, but Republicans can just vote for the Democrat CR, right? Like, that can also happen.
Government. And I think this is hurting the American people, and I think it's hurting Congress and our ratings most of all.
Well, and we talked about these flight cancellation. Delta, obviously, in Atlanta and your home state, has the biggest hub, the busiest airport in the world also. How worried are you about what it's going to look like for people starting tomorrow with these flight cancellations?
I think it's going to start looking like chaos, really. Many people are very worried about this. It's causing a lot of anxiety. Many people are already struggling, day to day, month to month with the cost of living. It has remained high. It was 9% inflation under Joe Biden in 2022. I give the Trump administration credit. They've kept it around 2.5% inflation, but that's still not helping Americans. And with this upcoming crisis with health insurance skyrocketing, I think this is like...
I mean, look, it's helpful to us for her to be going around saying all this. Like, I'll take it. It's still not over that line of like, okay, maybe we should give Biden some grace because of fucking COVID. And maybe looking at just the inflation rate isn't helping.
Like a 5-alarm fire. And to me, it is incredibly embarrassing, and I find absolutely pathetic, really, that all of us are not here in Washington, D.C., working every single day to make sure that we can get the government open, but also solve the problem of affordability for the American people and come up with a good solution once and for all for health insurance.
Yeah, when the president says there's virtually no inflation and that grocery prices are going down, do you agree with him on that?
No, I go to the grocery store myself. Grocery prices remain high. Energy prices are high. My electricity bills are higher here in Washington, D.C. at my apartment, and they're also higher at my house in Rome, Georgia, higher than they were a year ago. So affordability is a problem, and I'm a mom. My kids are 22, 26, and 28. That's the generation I worry about the most, and they're having a very hard time. But when I go back home and I talk to many of my constituents, I'm hearing stories of not only are we having a really hard time affording groceries and rent and things like that, but I'm also hearing stories about people maxing out their credit cards just to afford their monthly expenses.
So when the president says that it's not that affordability hasn't been fixed, it's that people and Republicans aren't talking about it enough. That seemed to be a takeaway of his from Tuesday night's elections. You disagree with that sentiment?
I think Tuesday was definitely a referendum on how leaders in this country are leading. And I believe in America First policies. That's why I campaigned for President Trump and have supported him as long as I have, and I do support him. But I want all of my colleagues to come through in action in supporting America First policies, and I think the American people showed that on Tuesday. You're not going to convince them to go to the polls and vote by bailing out Argentina. And you're not going to convince them to go to the polls and vote by continuing to fund foreign wars and foreign countries and foreign causes. You're going to get them to go to the polls and vote when you show up to work and actually fix the problems that they...
Because, to my understanding, funding for Ukraine is still very popular in the U.S. I'll double check myself on that one, but I'm pretty sure. Jesus. Let's do funding opinion. This is March. March. May. Okay, I guess we have to go with March. Okay. So 30% say too much, 23% say right amount. Wait, this is 2023. No, this is 2025. What? Oh, March. Okay. Right amount. I mean, this is when it started to fracture, I guess. I mean, the amount... Okay, so what we're taking from this is that the amount of people saying it's too much is declining. The amount of people saying it's not enough is increasing rapidly. So, support for continuing to fund and increasing funding beats dropping funding. Which is, you'll never guess, 30%. The diehard MAGA base, it is 30% of the country on the fucking dot. That's crazy. How consistently that number shows up.
They face every single day.
And so, one thing that the president said there, and I'm sure a bunch of your constituents and a bunch of people you know in Georgia shop at Walmart and go there. Mm-hmm. The president keeps talking about the Walmart Thanksgiving meal where they put everything together that you buy for the holiday, that it's less expensive under him than it was under President Biden. But actually, when you look at it, it's because it has fewer items in it, and they're the Great Value brand. They're generic store brand. They're not, name brand.
Right.
Do you think that he is getting good information from those around him, or what do you think it is why you keep repeating something that's not true?
Well, I think every president, no matter who they are basically in a cone of information by the people that they have working for them and are around them. So
you can choose that cone.
And certainly I'll give credit to Walmart for offering lower prices. Americans definitely need that, and I'm sure the president was proud to talk about it.
Oh my God, Marjorie, come on.
We talked about the House passing the CR. Do you agree with the president that Republicans are bearing more of the blame than Democrats, it seems?
I do, because Americans know that Republicans control the House and the Senate, and they're looking and going, well, why are you shut down? And also, I'll go back to this.
That's a good question.
Senate Republicans can use the nuclear option and override the filibuster and open up this country today. And so I put blame on both Republicans and Democrats for basically Caitlin, I can't say it on CNN, but it's basically a you-know-what measuring contest between the men in leadership, and I think the country is sick and tired of it.
Interesting take.
Well, on that front, you said something the other day that caught my eye. You said that there's a lot of weak Republican men in Congress. Who exactly are you referring to?
Many of my colleagues. I campaigned with President Trump and all over the country for years, really, and hardly any of them truly supported President Trump. But when it became clear that he was going to win, they ran out and bought their first MAGA hat and put it on. But I think we're seeing what's happening, and you know, I like Mike Johnson a lot. He's a very nice man. But forcing Congress to stay home when the American people are showing up and working every single day, and now going to have to start dealing with flight delays, and women and children aren't getting WIC, and these SNAP recipients aren't getting their SNAP benefits, and federal workers are not getting paid. Even the Capitol Police that escort myself and others through the airport for security reasons, they're not getting paid. The list goes on and on and on. I do believe that when you have the responsibility of leadership, you need to take that very seriously, and unfortunately, I'm not seeing that right now.
Speaker Mike Johnson actually addressed your criticism of him today in an interview. I want you to listen to what he had to say about this.
I'm not unaccustomed to hearing criticism from Marjorie. We have intense fellowship, as we see in the Deep South, Stephen. She.
What was this interview? When would this happen? Why would?
She knows I've got an open door. She can come in and talk with me anytime. But you know, she goes on these shows. She likes to get the big interviews, and that's fine. Everybody has the right, you know. But I will tell you this: I'm in constant contact with all the House Republicans, and the reason we've not brought them back yet is because we did our job.
I heard from the speaker today, and he asked me if I wanted to talk about health insurance policy ideas. I said yes, and I said I'll have my staff reach out to yours and find some time on your schedule. Unfortunately, they replied back he's not available until next week. I'm not here in Washington next week. I have talked with him through text messages and on our weekly conference calls. We have a weekly conference call. But my demand to my speaker that I voted for, so I think I get to make these demands, is that he brings our House back into session. We get back to work on our committees, passing our bills, passing the agenda the American people voted for, and return to business.
They have been. You got the big, beautiful bill through. You got your tariffs. And they suck. The American people fucking hate them. Okay? Maybe stop pushing that agenda. Trump is underwater on immigration, on crime, on the economy, on literally every single metric. He has negative approval. Like, immigration surprises me, because that's like, that and a cost of living would have been the two big things I would say that people voted for him for, and then delivered in some way, like regardless of my view on it, has delivered something very visibly on immigration, and that's still not popular. Maybe stop. Like, the American people are like, all right, we fucked up. But the Trump admin keeps barreling along. So, like, maybe stop passing the agenda that people voted for because they don't like it.
But also, I want a health insurance policy plan for this country. Democrats passed the ACA back in 2010. They passed the tax credits in 2021. They're expiring now, and every single American can tell you health insurance is absolutely unaffordable, and it's a crisis. And so I will continue to demand these plans. People push back on me and say, why don't you introduce a bill yourself? I certainly can do that, but the only person that brings the bills to the floor is the Speaker of the House, and every member of Congress will tell you that we've got stacks of bills that we would love to get a vote. And I don't think that would solve anything.
Do you have health care policy proposals to bring to Mike Johnson?
I've been spending the last month talking to many experts in the field, but
you have?
think that would solve anything.
Do you have healthcare policy proposals to bring to Mike Johnson?
I have been
I have to bring to
spending the
Mike
last
Johnson.
month talking to many experts in the field. But Mike Johnson keeps saying that he's got pages and pages of policy ideas. He tells that to the press every single day. Well, he hasn't presented any of those to our conference, and everyone knows that there is no way to pass a package of bills or even one bill unless you build consensus among your members, and that hasn't happened yet.
He told us when we had him on the show a few weeks ago that if the
Oh,
government
there
reopened
is no plan.
tomorrow,
Oh my God, I am fucking shocked. There's no plan for healthcare? So when they say Obamacare's broken, their prescription isn't replace it because they have no plan to replace it. It is to remove it completely. Okay? If you want to improve it, you want to have a plan for us to evaluate that against Obamacare, fine. Show us. But until you have that plan, the alternative is nothing. It's a repealing of the ACA, which is incredibly unpopular and would leave tens of millions of Americans uninsured. So even if it's too pricey or it doesn't cover enough, it's affordable to tens of millions of people and it covers something. That's better than nothing.
and this was 2 weeks ago probably, that Republicans would have a health care plan. Do you believe that?
No, because I haven't seen it yet.
And earlier you praised former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to my colleagues, Wolf Blitzer and Pamela Brown. It might surprise a lot of people to hear you praise her time as Speaker. Do you think Speaker Johnson fights as hard for your side as she fought for hers?
You know, I praised her because she did fight for her side. Do I agree with her? No. Did I vote for her bills? I did not. However, I respect her greatly because she accomplished more for her party than I've seen our Speaker accomplish for ours.
Ooh, the girls are... There is a war going on in the Republican Party. Holy shit. Damn, that's rough. All right, we could watch some Fox. Yeah, let's do a little Fox.
It'll sound like I'm awful about Trump because he's just a vile creature. The worst thing on the face of the earth, but anyway.
You think he's the worst thing on the face of the earth?
I do, yeah.
The Wolf of Wall Street is cashing out. Nancy Pelosi not running for re-election after 40 years in Congress.
40 years.
I loved serving as your voice in Congress, and I've always honored the Song of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace, the anthem of our city. That is why I want you, my fellow San Franciscans, to be the first to know. I will not be seeking re-election to Congress. With a grateful heart, I look forward to my final year of service as your proud representative.
President Trump reacting with humility and grace at the retirement of his longtime nemesis.
I thought she was an evil woman who did a poor job, who cost the country a lot in damages and in reputation. I thought she was terrible.
All right, so Dana, she will have a very comfortable retirement because she is now worth about $300 million.
In fact,
Okay, until Trump divests or the crypto scheme is deemed illegal and like repossessed, Zaddy Lord. Sure.
you know, the Stock Act, there's a reason that they created that in Congress. But it's not that she's having a comfortable retirement. She had a comfortable life because of it. But let me back up for a second. She did spend 40
But yeah, so until Trump divests from what is $2.5 billion that he's managed to swindle while in office, I don't care about Nancy Pelosi.
years in public service. She is beloved by many people, I'm not saying in this room, but over 40 years, she was able to achieve things that no other woman had achieved at that point. And she was somebody who she really could take the criticism and let it go. She had an ability to turn on the charm and be gracious when she wanted to, and then she could turn around and stab you in the back. And she was quintessential Washington, D.C.
Don't you?
No. I do not. I think Trump is a very, very poor president. I don't think he has any of the mental faculties. I think he's deteriorated even since the beginning of this presidency, and especially between the 4 years between his first and second. He hasn't delivered on the economy. He's over-delivered to the point where people no longer support his immigration policy. He's got an approval rate of 46% on that. So he's over-delivered to the point of unpopularity on immigration and under-delivered wholeheartedly on the economy, which are the two reasons people voted for him. Yeah, and there was a big indictment of him this election day. People are like, no, economic. What about BBB? What about BBB? The Better Business Bureau? Biden brought inflation down from 9.1% because of COVID to target range. Yeah, the big beautiful bill is super unpopular. It raises our deficit. It cuts funding from very popular programs, increases spending on defense and immigration and ICE and all that, and then also cuts funding from the IRS, cuts taxes, so it's a neutral, if not a raise in spending paired with a cut in revenues, which is a huge, going to explode our deficit. I think it's 2.8 trillion. Like, no. It's super stupid. And the American people don't support it either. The Big Beautiful Bill has, I think, 40% approval, which is... Yeah, that's not delivering at all. Those are dangling keys in front of his voter base, and you apparently, because the prices are way up, real wages are not growing. No tax on overtime only applies to some people. No tax on tips, that only applies to service industry workers that are front-facing. That's not actually a full tax cut for people. And even lower tax rates. People aren't upset about their tax rates. They're upset that they can't afford anything because the price of everything is outpacing what they're able to make. Lowering your tax rate doesn't fix that issue. People are unhappy. They're very unhappy. The consumer price index is up, even with energy prices falling, because groceries and all that are super, super high up. Like, people are unhappy. There's no issue in which he's above 50% approval on. His highest one is immigration at 46%. So, while he can dangle the keys and jingle them in front of people, that only works on so many. And it's his base, the 30% of people that support him, that it works on. Because they'll believe fucking anything he says. There's a poll that shows that 29% of people believe that prices are down, which is just objectively false. And so, yeah, he's dangling keys in front of people. He's hiding the Epstein files because you know his ass is in them. Like, he sucks. The tariffs have taxed people far more than any tax cut on Social Security would have been. Well, unlike Trump, there are actually some principled people in the Senate that will not abolish the filibuster because that's an important tool for Republicans and Democrats to make sure that when either party is in the minority, then they don't get completely erased. And also, the American people don't want him to deliver what he's been pushing. They don't like the tariffs, which he's delivered on what he said he'll try and on what he said he'll pass, which are tariffs and the big beautiful bill. The problem is they don't fix any of the issues that he was elected to fix. Okay? He can pass as much legislation as he wants. It's just going to make the issues that he got elected to help on worse. I hope he starts passing more legislation, because there'll never be a Republican elected to office for another 30 years if that's the case. The tariffs hurt people. The big beautiful bill has hurt people. Okay? Like, him passing legislation is the worst thing he can do for himself.
Do you think it's interesting, Dana, that while she might have been beloved for a long time, she's like a band that stayed on stage for too long?
Absolutely. And I think the other thing is that she was also feared, and she was respected by the people that she was trying to corral.
So she had lost that love and had lost that fear. And it's no surprise that she would have been unpopular in this room or among Republicans, but she had become unpopular among Democrats. And that's what's interesting. With her retirement, granted at the age of 85, she's turned over the reins. She's unpopular, Jessica. She's unpopular with the people that she's turning the reins over to. It's the AOCs. It is the social...
Well, it depends on what your definition on deliver is. If delivering is passing bills, then sure. But if delivering is addressing the issues that he was elected to fix, then no.
Socialist wing of the Democratic Party. It's the ascendant side of the left, and Nancy Pelosi's only the first. She might be the lead singer, but the band's got to go. Chuck Schumer on drums. He's done. The rest of the band is edging the stage, and get ready for the Zoran party.
Jessica, your name was brought up.
The DemSoc lawsuit in Minneapolis, the centrist moderate Dem is still the face for a lot of the Democratic areas.
It was invoked, as we say. I don't know where you're getting your data on her lack of popularity amongst the party. I mean, even AOC, who showed up and wanted plum committee assignments, but also wanted to trash talk everybody, Pelosi took her under her wing, and she said, this is how you get to be a star in the party. And she was the star of the Democratic National Convention the summer of 2024. She gave this economic populism speech that could have been given by multiple people in the party, establishment wing or left side wing, and that's all because Nancy Pelosi showed her the way. She is certainly beloved by the person who's actually in charge of the party now, Hakeem Jeffries, who she handed the gavel over to and has coached him through this. And she's not just beloved by Democrats. There are a lot of Republicans who certainly at least tip their hat to him. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who I know has had a bit of a lobotomy in the past few weeks, but she was on TV today saying, I'll praise Nancy Pelosi. She had an incredible career for her party. I'm very impressed at her ability to get things done. I wish we...
Okay, if you're valuing sticking it to the Democrats more than the well-being of the American people, then I have no respect for you, and I hope whatever these legislation does to you comes your way, because, like, if you support this, it's just going to raise prices, not just for Democrats, but for you as well. Unless you're not American, but the tariffs make shit more expensive for you. You're going to get less benefits from whatever, if you rely on any of them. You can stick your middle finger up to the Democrats, but it's just going to hurt you as well. Like, if that's the trade-off you're willing to make, then fine. But I just don't want to hear any bitching and moaning about what follows that.
Could get things done for our party like Nancy Pelosi was able to deliver for hers.
What did she deliver? What was the big piece of Obamacare? Don't we need to bail Obamacare out?
Jesse,
if it was so good, why does it need $1 billion bailout every day? Yeah. Let's go to you.
No.
So Obamacare, it's not supposed to make money. It's a program. It's a social welfare program.
Tell me what you think. What are you going to miss most about Nancy Pelosi?
Let me tell you what I'll miss most. What I will miss most is standing at the White House podium when I worked for President Trump and playing on loop the clip of her getting her hair done at the hair salon in San Francisco when no one else could go get their hair done during COVID. It was a case in point of hypocrisy during COVID. We played it on loop at the podium. It was great. But I will say
Democrats did actually approve.
When I listened to what she said as she exits
Pelosi.
the door,
That's
I've always honored the song of St. Francis, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace, the anthem of our city. I'm not going to question her faith. I know she's a devout Catholic, so I'll leave that there. But an instrument of peace, I looked up some things that she has said. First, we all remember the State of the Union 2020 when she ripped it.
Oh, God. Oh, heavens me. The right-wing snowflake is a species that needs to be studied. These are the most sensitive pussies ever. Holy shit.
Ripped the State of the Union. That was after, by the way, in that State of the Union, they honored a Tuskegee airman. They brought home a loved one from overseas who got to reunite with his wife and his family.
I'll be more than fine. None of those apply to me. I don't know who it'll be good for. Like, you as a Republican, maybe, but you as a human being or a citizen of the United States, no. And it'll make Republicans even more unpopular than they already are. Like, this legislation doesn't work. It hasn't worked and it won't work. People don't support it. They're going to vote you out in the midterms, and they're going to vote you out in 2028. Your information bubble is going to get smaller and smaller. Okay, you're a troll. Nice.
Family, she ripped it up.
Good bait.
Then there was
Good
that time she called Trump the domestic enemy sitting in the White House. So she called him a domestic enemy, instrument of peace. She was, though. That's what she says. She said 30% of the Republican Party has different views towards women and people of color and LGBTQ. That's an instrument of peace, if you ask me. And then the stunner, a vile creature, she called Trump the worst thing on planet Earth. She was not an instrument of peace. She was an instrument of division. And now she gets to exit stage left.
Can I just say something quickly, because you cut me off?
You can.
September 2023, Donald Trump rallying the crowd. We'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi, who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing? Anybody know? So that's after her husband
was genuinely concerned, Jessica.
Kaylee, come on.
Did he call her the worst thing on
God
planet
is
Earth?
watching
The
us.
worst thing on planet Earth.
This is... I don't think he has the support he did. He already tried to do a coup. It didn't work. I think enough people are like, let's just ride out the rest of the term and wait. And he's also old as fuck, and so I don't know if he's going to be like... He's already not mentally viable, but I don't know if he'll be physically viable for too much longer. So, not particularly. You know, if he was younger, I would be, but he's ancient. No one else in the party can take up his reins, so this is probably the end.
Do you think Donald Trump's the
Her
worst thing on
husband
planet
was
Earth? Those were
attacked
her
and
words.
got a hammer to the head. Don Jr. posts underwear and a hammer for a good Halloween costume. And Donald Trump running to be the commander-in-chief again.
Well, Jessica, Charlie Kirk got shot.
Okay, but that doesn't address any of the issues. Like, Trump making a crack. Did Biden go up and say, like, something like, how's your, like, no.
For posts to be. All right.
So, okay, at least Paul survived. So, in honor of Nancy leaving.
I love it.
Wow. That is all it takes for these fucks to cheer? Jesus Christ. What happened to Republicans?
Thank you, Mr. President. You said you were able to get this deal done and so many others because of tariffs. Yesterday at the Supreme Court, the case being heard, the justices...
It's actually crazy how you can dangle keys in front of these people and they just bite it hook, line, and sinker. I don't. It's got to be bait. It's
expressed some skepticism. What is your plan if they end up making a decision that's not in your favor?
Well, I'd rather discuss that later. I hope we're going to win that case. I think it's one of the most important cases in the history of our country.
yeah, the Supreme Court
So
was
much
like,
evolves around
what the fuck are you
tariffs
talking
as a
about?
defensive
No
mechanism
chance.
for our country, as national security for our country. So I don't want to really discuss a ground two. This is so
What are the
important.
poly market odds
If you
on
look at China, and I covered this
the
yesterday, but if you
Supreme
look at
Court
China,
case?
by putting a large 100% tariff over and above the tariffs they already paid,
Yikes.
they came to the table, they talked, we made a wonderful deal for everybody. Our farmers, as you know, with the soybeans at levels that nobody's ever seen before, we were able to make phenomenal deals. If we didn't have the tariffs, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So we thought we did very well yesterday. We hope that we did. I think it would be devastating for our country, but I also think that we'll have to develop a game.
Fucking Azerbaijan and all that. Like, no. Kazakhstan.
Do plan. We'll see what happens. Most people tell me we did very well.
Listen to the rest of
Mr.
this.
President, I'd like
I gotta go in a minute.
Are you moving forward with any new tariff announcements before a decision from the Supreme Court?
This is the best one, and we can do other things, but they're slow by comparison. You know, it's like as an example with the 100%.
Also, the whole policy agenda is incoherent. Like, he can't stick to a tariff even. He chickens out of all of them. So he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's on again and off again with all these leaders. He's getting taken for an absolute ride by Putin. Like, no, this dude does not have the fortitude to be president.
I was able to do it instantaneously when we were.
Wow, this is... crazy. The state of Republicans. It is sad.
Threatened by the rare earths, as you know, the magnets. And I did it instantaneously. It was a matter of seconds. And it was a matter of seconds that I got a phone call, let's work this out. We would have had not nearly the defense that we had. It would be a shame. It would be somewhat catastrophic for our country, I have to be honest with you. I don't want to get too much involved, but what we've done, you know, we're taking in...
The only way he can pass shit is by breaking it and then hoping the court covers for him later. Like, he has no idea how to legislate or to be an effective president, how to work with Congress. He just tries to do everything unilaterally without any approval and then hopes that it's not deemed illegal later. You know, if you could tell me how much difference there is between Bill Clinton and Joe Biden, that's great. But the Democrats really haven't changed much. There's just a wider tent now. Meanwhile, you guys abandoned everything that you purport to stand for and throw your lot in blindly behind this guy who is so unpopular and ruining things for real. Like, good fucking luck. Alright. I'm gonna end stream there. I got